Well, folks, we got just a little bit different table build here, plasma table. It's different in a few ways because I've stolen the ideas from a few other people and from things that I've seen over the years, and I've incorporated them into this machine here. First thing I want to show you is you'll recognize those cut pieces there. There's a guy on the internet that sells the plans, supposed plans, but the files, the cut files that he's got, I used done those with a laser, and they worked out real well. Don't even try to hand cut those with the template that he supplies. It won't work. But his DXF files are great if you cut them on a laser. And then the motors that I'm using are NEMA 23s, but they have the driver board built right into them, and there's no need for the typical driver. This controller is a Starfire. Get those on the internet too for a pretty reasonable price, and it drives those motors directly with no boards or no nothing. And then I also recommend using the machine torch, because trying to put your torch, the little hand torch on there, is a real pain in the butt. And then this is a torch lifter here, what I'm using for a torch lifter, and you'll notice that it goes up and down just like any other torch lifter. But you say, well, how do I control the height? Well, I use a roller ball head like a lot of the old plasmas did before, and on the bottom of that little plate you see under the torch there is 3 of these little rollers right here. They ride directly on the material, and you'd think they would find a hole to fall into, but I've never had that happen. But anyway, it just drops the head right down, roller ball head just rides right directly on the material. Then you'll notice that the guide rails that I'm using are just these V rollers, and they're running on a 5mm plate running all the way down the side on both sides, and the same thing on the top. The one on the top has got the underneath rollers right here spring loaded. They're spring loaded so that they push up against the rollers, and there's no bind. You just don't have a bind. And then this thing here is part of the that holds part of the mechanism when I want to run a cutting torch on it. Acetylene oxygen. I can run either one on this table here. And this controller here seems to work real well. I'm really impressed with it. That's one of the basic drawings that's in it right there. And if I wanted to run that file right there, I can start it and hit enter, and it will run that file right there. Of course, this is in the demo mode, and the torch is not operational in this mode here. And each time it moves to a different place, it'll drop the head, cut, raise the head, move to another position, and drop again. So that works out real well. And by the way, it does come with a remote. If you have the desire to use a remote for any reason, that it comes with it, the controller. And let's see. Of course, I got the normal drag chains on it. Oh, I was going to tell you this lifter that I'm using is actually for a diesel engine. You can either use it for a fuel shutoff to shut the engine down, or you can use it to trigger a fire extinguisher for a stationary unit. They're available on the internet, and they're for a diesel motor. They're 24. You can get them in 12 or 24 volt, and I'm using this on 24 volts. And the little plasma I'm using, I'm hoping this works out pretty good. This is just a cheap Chinese plasma, supposedly capable of 65 amps. We'll see. I know I can cut 10mm with it with no problem. I'm sure it'll cut more than that. So, oh, and this thing here swings around, so if I want to get it out of my way, it's kind of a pain in the neck here to do this with one hand and all by myself. By the way, those wires won't stay there. This machine's not quite done yet, and of course the limit switches are mounted in a typical spot, one there, one on all four corners. And I don't know if I said this or not, but the reason that these slats in the table are running long ways is so that it's easier to slide the material on the table without catching on each and every little old slat. So anyway, I hope you got a few ideas off of this. If you want to use them, have a ball.